Yo, it's your boy Rush. I'm in the building, promoting my side hustle real quick. Rush Enterprise. If you're in the state of New Jersey, you need armed security and unarmed guards, just hit me up at 973-558-4659. That's 973-558-4659. And yeah, man, we're gonna get the show popping off. You heard? Yo, what up, Diesel TV, man?
What's going on? What's going on, man?
Thanks for coming through, man. I
You know it.
appreciate it.
You know it.
Yo, what up? What up?
What's
Yo,
going on? What's
it's
going
been
on,
an ill,
man?
yeah, it's been an ill minute, man. Haven't seen you in a while, man.
Man, you're looking blessed. You look like you're not aging.
Word up. All right, yo, hey, we gonna get the show popping off, man. We gonna talk about the
What's up,
Playboy versus
Diesel?
What's going on?
the
Chilling, brother.
the Playboy versus the single mother. You know what I mean? And I wanna expand on Tia's divorce with Corey or whatever. You know what I mean? Obviously, it was a nasty divorce. You know what I mean? Son tried to scam her for some bread, man. I wanna expound on this, man. Let's talk about this, man. I want to start with you, Diesel TV, man. What's your thoughts on that? Talk to me.
You know these hoes ain't loyal. Man, you know what? Man, this is how it is now, man. This is how these females act now, right? Um, a contract is not. They don't uphold a contract anymore. Females feel like they can go off of day-to-day feelings on how they feel about something, and that's how they move, right? They don't think logically. You know, you're talking about, having an oath to spend the rest of your life with this man, and then all of a sudden you ain't happy, and that's what makes you get a divorce. Like, come on, that don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense to me, and that's how these females move, man. That's how they
Word
move.
up. And from her aspect, man, like from her situation, like she kind of got played because you know Corey's like the typical playboy, you know what I mean? And where she went wrong with this situation is linking up with a dude that's kind of crafty, man, a wordsmith, man. You know how to speak that game and swindle her for some bread, man. Know what I mean, now it's obviously her fault because know what I mean, this is the type of dude she chose. You heard?
Yeah, but she
Um,
was the one that wanted the divorce, right?
yeah, I mean, she got the divorce because obviously son was stepping out on her. Know what I mean, allegedly. Know what I mean, that's the word that's going around. And people that make moves like this, man, they got a parasitic attribute. Know what I mean, and I think that when a dude gotta pay alimony, it's like, yeah, it's a mandatory thing. You know what I mean, when a chick's doing it, they call it robbery. Know what I mean? You know what I'm
Well, I
Call
saying?
the
mean,
nigga broke.
this is the thing about it, though. If he was actually stepping out, she wouldn't have to pay alimony, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so,
that's true. That's true. That's true.
so, I mean, that might be a story that she's given, but it just doesn't make any sense for her to have to pay all this alimony if he been stepping out. So, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. My thing about it is, you get these females that get in these relationships with these men. They want these men to be the old school men, how they been, and how be testosterone and all that stuff. Like, this is what men do. These are the things that men do. If you get with a man and you think doesn't have the possibility of stepping out on you, you're sadly mistaken. There are so many people, so many men out here that step out. It is ridiculous. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, let's get away from the fairy tale, right? Like, I tell my chicks all the time, just like the chick I marry, I said, don't expect me to be with just you for the rest of my life. If that's the case, we're not getting married. Period. And that's what it is. Like, I'm a grown ass man. I am not going to hide who I am and what I am for no piece of ass. When I don't have to get married and I can get all ass. I mean, come on, that make no sense. And these females are out here thinking that that's really because they've been fed this fairy tale story, and it's gone away from what a man actually is. Now they can lie about this, and it'd be something that females get behind them on when they lie about it and say, "Yeah, you need to divorce them." And then when they get divorced, they end up the worst before than they were before.
You see, the main thing that you mentioned, right, is feelings, and feelings is something that's ever changing, you know. And in this day and age, like I was speaking to my mom about it. I was like, "Mom, you know how long you was married to Pop for?" She was like, "You know, 40 years." I'm like, "Man." I was like, "Man," I started visioning me and my shorty being together for 40 years. I'm like, "Man, that's a heartache, but it's a beauty, it's a blessing in disguise." You know what I mean? To make that happen. But in this day and age where there's so many temptations out there, from Facebook to Tinder to Instagram to all these different things to make females, to gas certain females up, to make them feel like, yo, fuck you, forget you, dude. I'm gonna go find someone else if you ain't gonna make me happy. And what happens is they end up leaving. They end up searching other happiness and seeing that other dudes are not as nice as the dude that they're currently with.
Right.
Um, you know, I remember back in the days, dudes would mess up on a girl for 4 or 5 times, 7, 8 times, and the female still stick with the dude. You see what I'm saying?
Bro, there was dudes
And
having whole other families.
bro, that's what I'm
Like, I
saying.
mean,
In a
this
whole
is
nother
not.
country.
This is no in the neighborhood down the street. They had a whole nother family, bro. This is not anything new, right? It's
Right.
not nothing new. The problem is, see, this is the problem, and it's partly part of the man's fault too.
It's the financial part of it though, because back in those
Well,
days, females didn't have the financials to back up their
not
backings of their
necessarily. Not
words.
necessarily. Females don't want to be made to look stupid. And since
Yeah.
there's so much social media and they put all their business on social media, when something goes wrong and it's out there, they don't want to seem like they're the dumbass. And that's why they do all this hooping and hollering and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like before, when a man had a family down the street, nobody knew who was connected to who. They could deal with that shit because they had nobody
Yeah.
running to them saying, "You stupid."
Right.
But now
Right.
everybody's putting their business out there. So they feeling some type of way because they feel like they're looking stupid.
Yeah, I
Yeah. I
mean,
feel.
I agree with you guys on that. I mean, because yo, Facebook is the number one killer for relationships.
Straight up.
I mean, like, yo, yeah,
Mhm.
it's because yo they display their private settings on online, and yeah, man, that'll put you in a tough situation, man. Now, I mean, especially if you married, man, because you know there's some consequences stepping out when you marry through the state. I mean,
Right.
To me, dog. To be honest with you, without religion, how can I say it? I had a stroke a year ago, right? I
Wow.
had a clog in the deep left side of my brain. I was paralyzed on my right, and I'm moving. I'm good. I rebounce. You know, I had word retrieval issues, like remembering words and stuff. And my fiance was with me, bro. She was there for me, bro. She took care of me for 7 months as I was in rehab, going through speech therapy and regaining my motion, my function. I had to engage to her after that. You see what I'm saying? Going back to what you're saying, Diesel, is that with being faithful to a shorty, it is hard. That's the temptation. And going back to religion, right? The thing that keeps me away from temptation is religion or spirituality in a sense, um, because if you want to be good, you got to follow the right protocol in a sense, and you got to bite your tongue, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I see a female,
Hold on, brother. I just want to interrupt you real quick. Your natural instinct is to divide and conquer.
right?
Divide them legs and conquer. That is your natural instinct, right? The way men show loyalty to a woman is taking care of them. That's how men show loyalty, bro. Women have put in our heads that we show loyalty by not sleeping with another woman. That's what women have done to us. Back in the day, kings had one wife, right? One queen and
Like those
15
Africans.
concubines,
Yeah.
right? And that queen got the top tier. She was, hey, listen, she was bottom bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's what she was. She got everything. And she knew she was well taken care of. She got everything. She ruled the kingdom and all that stuff. Those concubines was just there for one thing.
For sex.
That's what men are about. That's what our natural instinct. God made you this way. You're talking about religion. How many pastors and cheated on their wives? This ain't something that is our natural instinct, bro.
I get it. I get it. You know, there's a lot of negative light when it comes to, you know, being in one relationship through
Yeah.
marriage. Without you got pastors, you know what I mean, that move foul, whatever, but that's not the
See, there
majority.
you
That's
go. You're
not
talking about they
everybody.
moving foul. They're not. They're moving
You know what I mean?
naturally. They're
You know what I'm
moving
saying?
naturally.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand I Am Legend's perspective because his woman, one, his woman is an anomaly. You know what I mean? Because majority of women, man, like, yo, if you in a situation where you're like disabled, whatever, they're gonna move on to a better option because naturally that's how they survive through having hypergamy on steroids. Know what I mean? But
Right.
most dudes they can't. Most dudes that's been in
Real
situations
shit.
like that, like I'm Legend, they have a different testimony on that. Know what I mean? And salute to I Am Legend's fiance, man.
Absolutely. Real.
She a real one. I mean,
But
she a king. You
but
know what I
but
mean?
and she from Massachusetts. She moved down to South Florida like 5 years ago. She from up north. She's solid, man. But to be honest with you, right? I love her, bro. But after a year of being with her, after having a stroke, I can't lie. My money was tight. Financially, I was on disability claim with Comcast, and my gigs and stuff that I was doing, making, and I wasn't getting that much bread at that time while I was in rehab. And after a few months, bro, she started getting a little bit tight, and the energy started shifting. She started to seem unhappy, and you know what I mean? Like, you know how that road go, bro. Once
Oh
after a
yeah.
few months, they've been taking care of everything, and they feel like they're not getting any help. But bro, I just bounced off of a stroke, and you're ready to leave me after a year. You know what I mean? And I had to rebalance and I'm rekindle the flames and sure what I'm really about to. But the point is, right? Like what homie was saying, it's like, man, how can I say it, bro? The females, man, in this day and age, it's hard to keep them in a sense, bro. And it's like, me, dog. From back in the days, bro, I was a savage boy. Like, you know what I mean, with shorties, nigga, like straight savage, straight Instagram DM
We all was
sliders.
savages. We wasn't playing.
You feel like, bro, and the first and to own up to you, Diesel. Like when I was first with her, Joe, like for the first 6 months, I had to filter out all my hoes. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Because, nigga, I was single for years, nigga. And I came across her. I was like, yeah, I can't play with her. So I had to clear my act. But while we was living together, I'm like, damn. I was like, Mom, you got to have to chill out a little bit for the first few months. Because it's going to take a little time for me to slow down all the females or that temptation. I've been doing it for so long. You know what I mean? And after a year, I was able to push all the girls aside and, I really focus in on her, But it was hard though, man. Like it's hard, bro. I own you, D's on that, bro. It's hard, bro.
I mean,
It really is.
it is hard if that's what you're choosing to do, and the only reason it's hard is because you're fighting what's natural. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
that's the only reason it's hard. And I get it. Like I know
yeah.
some dudes they want to keep a certain female in their life, and that's how they feel like they need to do it. But when it comes down to it, man, I would suggest, and I don't know if you're able to do this or not, but I would suggest like, yo, having that conversation with her and let her know, look, I ain't perfect. I am trying to be, but I ain't perfect. And this may happen, right? Let me know we can work through it. Before you get
Yeah,
married,
she Puerto
you need to
Rican.
know because bro, hey, regardless, are you gonna risk you marrying somebody, ending up doing something that you know is a possibility of doing, right? You know it's a possibility, right?
Yeah,
Her finding out and then her taking half of your shit because of what you did.
facts.
You already knew it was a possibility of happening, right? These are the conversations we need to have with these women. I don't go in there saying that I am for sure going to, but I know for sure I'm not going to be able to be with one woman for the rest of my life. So we need to have this conversation. And that's when you can do that, you got somebody that's gonna ride with you, regardless.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you though. If she said the same thing to you,
That's not a woman's natural nature. That's not a
right?
woman's natural nature. I don't
So you're.
care. Listen.
It's their natural nature now. I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah,
kidding. Go ahead.
right. But this is how I see it. If I'm the one that's always called to protect and serve, and you're the one that's always called to nurture me, that's what you need to be doing, is nurturing me, right? And I gotta do all the hard lifting, the heavy lifting, and all that stuff. That's what I'm here for. That is my nature. That's my role. You have a role also, right? A woman's natural nature is not to be out there spreading her legs just to everybody. That's not
Right.
it.
That whole vice versa shit. You know what I mean? Of them saying, if you could do it, why can't I do it? And you know what I mean? And me, dog. And once I see
Because
it,
a woman, and you know what I tell women when they say that? If you can do it, why can't I do it? Because I can't get taken care of from just opening my legs.
right,
You get certain things for doing certain things. Like, right, a woman ain't gotta work. She can get her rent paid and not even have a boyfriend. And not go into
yeah,
the office not 1 hour. Let me end up
like,
homeless. Who gonna take care of me?
yeah, nobody.
None of y'all niggas.
The
Nobody.
shelter.
Nah, that's a fact. That's why we move the way we move is because we got to deal with the harsh realities. Know what I mean,
Right.
like our reality is totally different from the female. Know what I mean, like even though they screaming out like independency and feminism and all that, it's all a fallacy because in their reality, they get a lot of help, man. Know what I mean, for example, the better the Small Business Association, right? They got certain and I got hip to this through Rico Hundo. Salute to that young king out there, right? Yo, the Small Business Association got like certain programs and grants that they give out to African American women. We don't get nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Men don't
We
get
gotta
nothing.
get we gotta get it out from out the mud, man. We don't get no love out here, man. So our reality setting is totally different from the female. And to go back to what y'all was talking about, females sleeping with multiple men. The reason why it's not designed for them to move like that is because like soon as they get impregnate, man, they out of commission for now. What? You know
Nah,
what I mean?
they
We,
only out
we,
of
we don't
commission.
get that problem. We
They
keep it
only out of
moving.
commission for that 4 weeks after they had that baby. That's it. That's it. They only
Let me turn on my light.
Yo, my next question for y'all, right? And a lot of people they kind of hang on to like high value male, right? But it's really, the playboy that's moving around getting these females like that. Now, do y'all think the playboy got a good understanding on the female psyche to manipulate her? Talk to me, man. Let's expound
This,
on it.
I think that's what I was gonna say next. Is the connecting to him mentally. Because if you connecting to him physically through buying them things and through glitz and glamour, that shit's real easy to bounce on, especially when a shorty got her own bread or got her friends and stuff that got it. You know what I mean? But once you get in a shorty's mental, deep in that brain, where whatever you do, whatever you say, she following your lead, she following your groove, she following your leadership, she fucking with your mind, you know, and you know that she respects everything about you. That's when you know you got a solid one behind you. It's not just from the what you could do for them to the physical. You know what I mean? So it's the intangible things that I look for, bro. The things that can't be touched. You know what I mean? Where another dude can't compare to me. So I think the dude. I saw the dude. I know him. I saw a few of the things that he been a part of. He seemed like a solid dude, bro. I don't think he really gonna be mindful of her bouncing on him. I think he gonna be like, fuck it, I'm good.
um I feel this. I feel the same way. But when you say a playboy, you're just talking about him in particular, right? Or you just talking
For
about
him,
like just the
for him
average?
or and him and in general as well.
Okay. So
But because a lot of these dudes these days don't have. You see how we're talking? I can tell that. My bad, bro. I can tell you guys are are with the same vibe that I'm on with. Getting in a shorty head is not just for the physical, but there's a lot of dudes out there, but that would like a shorty with the fake titties or splurge on a shorty for the the ass and all that corny stuff to me. You know what I mean?
well,
All
see,
that's
and
just
that's
corny to me.
I was just about to say that the playboy, that's what they're looking for. Playboy ain't looking for an army, right? So I mean, the playboy of these days, right? You ain't look. They ain't looking for an army. They're looking for the chick that's like eye candy. That the one that's gonna look good when they're around them in public. Right. That's what they're looking for. So, and those are the playboys that I really can't respect because they buy those chicks, and then it makes it one of those things for us men right here.
Yo, hold on. Let me interject real quick.
Okay.
You're right, but I'm gonna give you some pushback on.
Okay.
You know, playboys. They use their resources to snatch up these chicks. Nah, that's not. I don't agree with that. Most playboys that I roll with, like my man's right here, we usually have the capability to manipulate women to the point where we could get what we want. You know what I mean? That's a real playboy.
Yo, that's some real shit.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Is there a first date? Before you smash, is there a first date?
Listen, that's the prerequisite.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. You're not a playboy.
Get to that, man. You know what
Hold on. Let me play this up. Hold on, you about to get me open about this South Florida life. So listen.
You're not a playboy if you have to pay for a first date.
Nah, homie, nah. Listen to my. I'm gonna talk low to my girl inside. You feel me? But you feel me? But nah, some G stuff, bro. Like I had shorties, I'd be like, yo, stripper girls, bro, stripper girls. They'd be like, yo, Pop, what you doing? I'm at the crib smoking one. I'm gonna slide through and smoke one with you. I got one rolled up for you, Poppy. I don't even gotta smoke them out. They come through with the L roll for me. You see what I'm saying? Yo, I'm bringing something over for you to eat. You ate yet? Nah, I'm bringing some Italian food for you. All right, cool. I appreciate you for that. They come over, they tell me all the stories of how dudes come into the strip club, telling them to pay for this and that, and loyal dudes that come in there. Yo, some weird stories that these strippers girls be telling me about their dudes and stuff. I'm like, damn, some corny ass dudes out there. So to answer that question, yeah, I've shorties on the first night. Yeah, I had shorty splurge on me on the first day or the second day. Like, nigga, like straight up,
shorty pay your mortgage?
Nah, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all yet. But you know what I mean? It's coming. Nah,
I gotta give you some more pushback, man. You know what I mean? That attribute you was talking about is the simp, man. You know what I mean? The simp.
Right.
Well, most playboys out here are simping.
Hold on. Let me finish. The simp and the sucker, they use their resources to bait that female and put it on, you know what I mean, on a nasty chokehold to try to control the situation. You know what I mean? And yo, that's not a playboy. The playboy got enough smoothness about himself, gift the gab to get what he need from that female. Know what I mean?
And they feel that energy. They feel that energy. They feel that confidence. You know what I mean? They feel that rawness, that edge.
I've never considered myself a playboy. Don't even get that to it. I'm not a playboy. I ain't no pimp or nothing like that. But one of my strictest rules since I turned like 32-ish, somewhere around there, I don't pay for nothing until I smash for it first. Period. I don't pay for anything until I get them drawn. We don't go nowhere until I smash first. Period. That's because a date is not an investment. Your pussy is not. There's no value to it. When you have somebody already sitting on the side, there's no value to somebody new coming in, right? Especially if that one on the side is the one paying the car note or the mortgage payment or helping you out on you know what I'm saying, your kids or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all at that level, right? So
hold on. Let me interject real quick. Now that dude Corey, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He the playboy. The reason why I know he a playboy is because he ain't gonna pick up no regular chick. He got himself a 90 octane, man. You know what I'm saying?
So he got 110 octane.
You got what happened?
He got 110 octane. He got jet fuel octane.
Yo, Corey, he had to come up by meeting a girl and he married a chick that was an actor that was well off. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think Corey had a few other biddies on the side that, you know what I mean? That look better than Tamara?
I don't know. You know
what I'm saying? I mean, Tia, whatever her name is.
I don't know if he did or not.
But, he chose it because she got resources, man.
But what man doesn't? You're speaking like this is something abnormal. Like what man doesn't?
Nah. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because most dudes that are playboys, they will choose the dime piece that don't got no resources. That's just our natural instinct. I mean, as a man, I mean,
yeah.
That's why I don't respect the playboys. Y'all out here
Yeah,
simping for the
I respect that, man. That mean,
y'all out
but
here
that
sipping for these damn 304s, man. Y'all sipping for it, boy.
But to be honest though, I
nah,
never really. I,
ain't no Simps in this panel, man. Nah, never that.
Nah,
I don't
nah,
I don't
nah.
y'all
associate
listen. I'm
myself
just
with
saying.
Simps.
I mean, the only reason I'm talking like this because I really do have a disdain on how men are moving these days, right? It's not we are giving we're putting the battery in these chicks back to act the way they're
Facts.
acting.
Straight.
And
Straight up.
we need to start being men. Like we need to stop with this, oh, I'm gonna spend $1,000 on you on the first date. Bro,
Nah, that's corny.
come on, man. Like,
But
I
see,
mean,
yo,
1,000.
Diesel, let me interject real quick. Yo, what you're talking about, and you don't have the disdain on the Playboy. You got the disdain towards the simp culture, and I do too. Like
Playboys
I
is
do
doing it
not
too, though,
like
bro.
simp culture. Know what I
Playboys
mean?
is play. So you mean to tell me a Playboy don't see a chick that's a 10 on his scale and go straight bum, go straight stupid over that 10? Is that what you're telling me?
Not the Playboy. The Playboy don't move like that. Know what I mean,
Exactly. Because we got so many of them.
I ain't never seen one.
And,
I haven't seen one yet.
like, so
Not
like
not
all
not
right.
not not a
So
dude that considers himself a Playboy. I haven't seen one
hey,
yet.
hey,
But I mean,
let me ask y'all a question, right? If you in a club, right? Do you take a girl's number, or do you give a girl your number, or do you take the girl's number?
it's been
yo,
so long since I've been in the
if
club.
we vibing and she a dime, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get her number. Know what I mean?
All right, hold on. And Diesel,
If
what
she
about you,
really
dog?
feeling you,
No. You
if
already
she
said your
hold
five.
on,
No, you already said your five. No, you already said you're gonna give
alright,
me your number. You done
alright,
with that?
alright.
You good? What's your word,
Bro,
D?
I ain't been in the club over 20 years, but I know the last time I was in the club, I gave my number out. I usually don't take numbers because
All
I
right,
don't want to
stop.
seem
You
like the
good?
person that's going after somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like
Facts,
I ain't
facts. Facts. So hear me, right? You said two perfect answers, right? So my thing is, right, to answering about fucking the girl on the first night and stuff, right? So let's say you take down her number. In a sense, right, when you texting her, she may not respond for 3, 4 days. And on the fourth day, she may say, hey, like, bitch, you know you saw my text from 5 days ago, bitch. Why don't you say, hey, then? You know what I'm saying? And now you're going to say, hey, because you know I'm a guy. So you know as soon as you say something, I'm going to respond,
The
right?
reason why she ain't texting right away is because she got 5 other niggas she juggling. You know what I mean?
Right,
Now, if
but
you
follow me.
understand the game,
But
you ain't
follow
gonna
me, right?
hold on. Let me finish. Let me say this. If you understand the game, you ain't gonna press her, man. You're gonna wait till she hits you back, and if she don't hit
But
you back, charge it to the game and on
you
to the
did
next, my nigga.
you did it, right? Cool. But going to what Diesel said, I'm the same way with D, right? I'd rather give a chick my number because see when she texts you, regardless if she's drunk, regardless if she's sober, females are more emotional than men. So they remember all these little things that we have done, how we talked, how we built with them, right? Even though they may play like they don't remember, right? If they truly fucking with you and they remember you, they gonna text you a day, 2, 3 days later. But when you chill with them, you know 9 out of 10 times you are gonna fuck because they hit you up. They know that they like you more than you like them, or you like them just as equal. Now, when you calling them or texting them, they know psychologically that you like them more than they like you because you're texting them first, and then they have the power and the control to text back and have that power in their hands. So when you chill with them, it's a 50-50 you might fuck. But a nigga like me,
Hold on. Let me
I,
interject real quick.
I,
Let me interject real quick. Yo, they got the upper hand if you pressing them. Know what I mean, if you
right.
overdoing it, if you're over texting them, yeah, they got the leverage. But just because you got the number, you shooting your shot, don't make you the man that don't have the leverage at all. Know what I mean? But I feel where you coming from. You right though, because it shows that she got a high interest towards the dude that
Point
she
blank.
received the number from. Know what I mean?
Point blank. Versus me texting her, waiting 3, 4 days for her to respond back. Fuck that shit, nigga. You gotta hit me up. You gotta say, you got, like, for real, bro. Like, same thing like going to the gym. I can't step to a girl in the gym, bro. A chick gotta look at me. She gotta come up to me and be like, yo, what are you listening to in your ears? You gotta give me some type of bike. I ain't gonna be that okey doke dude
I don't even
stepping to
holler at
you and
chicks no
then,
more.
nah, you ain't doing that to me and I come in the gym the next time and then you ain't saying nothing. Fuck you. Nah, I ain't gonna be that okey doke. You gotta show me true presence at that time, you know? So, yeah, but yeah, that's my part. I just had to ask that question.
Word up, All right, let's transition to this next question I got for y'all. Yo, so, yo, why do you think the single mother always gravitate towards the playboy? Talk to me. Let's expound on this.
I think it's more that the playboy is outside. He's more visible, right? Um, Single moms just want to have some kind of attention. Well, women, period, want to have attention. That's why most women gravitate to the boys that are outside, right? The ones that are in their face. It might be a pookie, it might be a playboy, it might be whoever. But if they're outside in front of them, that's who they gravitate more. The one that's going to show them more fun. They think they're going to have more fun with.
Right, right.
You know, so I
Nah,
mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
nah, you good. My bad.
Go ahead, man.
Oh, I fuck with what he's saying. You know, someone who's more accessible to him. You know, someone who could be in the earlobes and stuff. You know, what I mean, texting them, Facebook, whatever the case is, to be in a place. You know, hey, what you doing tonight? You vibing? All right, you put the kids to sleep. All right, word. I'm gonna slide through. You want to go to movies? You want to go eat? Let's go to the beach. Whatever the case is, yeah, let's vibe. You know. So someone like that that's always out there in the streets, always wild, always out there in the clubs, they like that edge. They like that person who could show them something new when they do want to go out and not be at home with their kids, you know? So I fuck with that.
Word up. And yeah, it's you know what I mean, it's just with them, they just have a natural need to be with that playboy. Know what I mean? And most, you know what I mean? Most has don't really agree with me on that, but yo, like, it is what it is, man. Most single mothers gonna gravitate towards the playboy, man.
I
It's
don't think it's just single mothers though. It's females, period. I
Right.
mean, females gravitate to anybody that's going to be outside and they're the life of the party. You know what I'm saying? That's what females gravitate to.
Yeah, but you right, but you know she a baby mother for a reason, man. You know what I mean? So 9 times out of 10, she gonna reach out to the dude that's emotionally unavailable, and that's the playboy. Know what I mean?
I I, this, I don't know because I've stopped being the life of the party a long time ago, and baby moms is just a dime a dozen coming around. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's just a dime a dozen. It's not even one of those things that I have to even look for. They're just there, right? And it's not hard to show a little bit of attention and get attention back. Matter of fact, those are the easiest ones to be like, yo, like, let's just chill, do whatever, and we in there.
Well, no, I guess we could agree to disagree, but it is what it is, man. Most women, they just gonna gravitate towards the playboy,
I
man.
mean,
This is
and
what it
I mean,
is.
so where you at right now, Rush?
I'm in New Jersey.
See, so you talking about two total. I'm in North Carolina, so it's a totally different lifestyle here. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you have to take into consideration your actual area where you're living too, right? Because y'all do have that nightlife. You do have that lifestyle going on. Here where I'm at, man, Charlotte, it ain't even like that.
And
I
I'm in
mean, it is,
Miami.
but it ain't. You know what I'm saying? So I totally get what you're saying, and I can agree with you from your point of view. You know what I'm saying? But from my point of view, it's not necessarily like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, and you're right. Like North, I mean, you in Charlotte, Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's night and day compared to
Right.
Jersey, New York. You know what I mean? The whole
Right.
North.
Right. Right.
Like we do move different. But yo, down there in South Florida though, we on the same pace. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Brown
yeah.
County, Miami, Dade County, and all that. We move on that
Straight
same
up.
pace, man. So that's why I was able to, you know what I mean, gel in with the culture so well when I lived down there, because it's like, yo, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Fast paced. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm legend, man. You already know what it is, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man. I already know, man. I'm down here right now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, things have changed up for me, dog, a whole lot, man. I'm no longer a player, pimp, nothing, no. Mac, no nothing. I'm still smooth the word game. My rap game's still there. So my word spill is always there, you know. But I chilled out a whole lot, bro. Like I don't even. I stopped following chicks. I really killed all temptations, you know, from deleting all those extra platforms, you know, to resist from temptations, you know. So I'm really trying to follow the rightful route, man. And you know, I don't want to get another stroke and then get asked out and don't have a shorty there for me and shit. So I guess that has a little fear on me with not wanting to be a pimp or nothing or be like that anymore. You know, I kind of want to have someone there for me at all times. You know.
I feel that. I feel that.
Word up. And yo, there's nothing wrong with just settling with one female. Actually, like, even though as much as I be talking like crazy sometimes online, like, yo, it's better for you to be with one female. You know what I mean? Because I'm a firm believer of soul ties. You know what I mean? And that is just another crazy topic on itself, man. I could go for hours on that. But yo, my next question is, right. Y'all know about Mary J. Blige's divorce, right? The situation, her
A little
situation
bit.
with the gold. Yeah. She was married to son, end up getting a divorce, and now she end up got to pay him alimony 30,000 a month for some crazy number like that. Know what I mean? And yo, she was on. I mean, she expressed that, yo, like, yo, this dude robbed her. Know what I mean? I want to get your perspective on that because, you know what I mean, the dude that
Equal
she was with,
rights. Equal rights,
Playboy.
baby.
You
Equal
Playboy.
rights. I say equal rights. These women out here, I'm telling you, man, these women out here got it so fucking twisted. I'm sorry, so twisted when it comes to this marriage shit, man. It's equal rights. Y'all want equal rights? Y'all gonna have to pay.
Word up. And here's the thing, right? Like, I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with me on this, but when a female transition into a high level of a socioeconomic status, she's adopting a masculine attribute. The reason why I say that is because the more money a female makes, the more doors closes for her to find a suitable mate that's from the opposite sex. Know what I mean? A dude is not going to go holler at a chick that's caked out. Like, he's most likely going to holler at, the dime piece that work at McDonald's or something like that. Know what I
Well, see,
mean?
and the reason why that is because naturally the man needs to be the provider, right? Once the woman becomes the provider, um, it's hard for her to put it's hard for her to stay in her place because then she wants to be the ruler as well.
To
She
respect,
feels
yeah.
like because she's doing all that and the man's not doing what he's supposed to do, he's out of place. And that's why she tries to step up and get in place. Right.
Yo,
Straight
oh,
up.
yo, let me. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Now let's go back to Tia's situation. She married the Playboy and all that, right? Now, yo, because she was in a dominant position because of her socioeconomic status, right, on that high level, right? Do you think that because Corey's out there, doing movies and taking gigs or whatever, that he had a potential to make more money, you know what I mean? And able to have a little bit more leverage within the relationship. Do you think that's why she divorced him as well too? Like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
What's your thoughts on that?
I, I don't know, man. That might be a good analogy, but I have no idea, man, because for one, I really haven't been paying close attention to that situation. That's the first thing. Let me say that. But two, um, when a woman says she's no longer happy, right? And there hasn't been a major change in their relationship, their dynamics of the relationship or anything like that. It's just, I mean, it's just you have no idea what it is. She might have met somebody else,
Hmm.
right? I mean, because that's how women act. Oh, I'm no longer happy, and then next month that they're at,
Tia ain't find
next month
nobody
after
else,
they
man.
divorce, she with another dude. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm
Same thing
saying,
happened to Tom Brady.
I'm not hold on. I'm not saying it in the sense that she's not attractive, because phenotypically she is attractive, but she ain't got that flavor, man. She ain't got that special ingredient where she has the capability of bagging somebody on her level. You know what I mean? If she is, like, it's probably gonna be an old head. You know what I mean? Late
Well, not
'60s or
necessarily. I
something
mean,
like
but
that.
see, everybody looks at people. Everybody has their preferences, right? You know what I'm saying? So Tia could be one of those for somebody else out there. She just ain't found them yet. But I don't think saying that she doesn't have that flavor. It really speaks to who she is because she did get the Playboy. You feel me? I mean, she did get him.
She got the hold on one. She probably got the Playboy because it's something for her to brag about with her friends, man. You know how females get down,
It
man.
don't
Like,
it don't
you know
matter
what
how
I mean?
why. It don't matter why she got him, bro. So you're saying right now that she doesn't have that flavor, but she's already had one Playboy, right? She's
No,
already
no,
had.
no, not from that. Not from the not in this in that sense. I'm speaking of, like, yo, like she's not gonna. Who's a perfect example? Who's a perfect example I could compare it with? You know what I mean, that get a lot of traffic.
I mean, we know she ain't no Holly Berry. I mean, we know she ain't.
Right, right,
We
yeah.
know that. I mean, that's not. That's. I
So
mean, of
Halle
course,
Berry's
yeah.
gonna get a lot more traffic than Shorty
I don't
because,
know because
you know what I mean,
some men look at Holly
she got a
Berry
little
as being a
flavor to
problem.
her, man.
But
That
this is the
mean.
thing. This is the thing. This is the thing. Especially when you get up in age, right? Because I'm 40, right? How I thought about women back then is totally different how I think about women now. I don't want no gorgeous woman being my wife because then I got to deal with homeboys trying to always holler at her and all that shit. I want somebody that's gonna be loyal, right? It all that looks like that glisten grammar ain't gonna go nowhere. That doesn't get nowhere with me no more, right? So Holly Berry might be the hot topic for a play toy, but I mean, her marriages haven't worked out either. So regardless of how you might look at it, I think she might have more success finding somebody as she get older than Holly Berry would.
she 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 found that little bit of success because she took on the role to take care of another human being. You know what I'm saying? Most women that got money like that is not going to take care of a man. You know what I mean? And if there are there's a beneficial package that come with it, man. Whether if he's like a pretty boy or able to do something that in is in her benefit. You know what I mean? And most chicks that's caked out is not gonna highlight a regular, Playboy type dough. Like, they're gonna try to find somebody that can match up or exceed their, socioeconomic
Have
status.
you
Know what I
seen
mean?
have you seen the wives of these guys that's got like millions of dollars? They ain't no trophy wives, bro. They ain't trophy wives, bro. You gotta look at
Hold on,
that.
hold on, wait a minute. Now, are we speaking on dudes that, you know what I mean, got married before to their success? Because that's what it
No,
sounds like you're talking about.
no. We're talking about dudes that actually get married to women after whatever. They have millions of dollars. I'm talking
Hmm.
about like CEOs. I'm not talking about like celebrities. I'm not talking about celebrities because
Right.
celebrities are always in the camera. They always got it. They gotta have that trophy wife, right?
Well,
I'm
but
talking about just a regular.
and this is why I say the Playboy is more beneficial than your quote unquote high value man, because the Playboy, he has the ability to juggle and bag multiple women. Now the CEO, yeah, he might, make a few, I mean, $1 million here and there,
So you
but
don't
he
think of
ain't. Hold on, let me finish. He does not have the same skills as the Playboy when it comes to spitting that tech, man. Come on, man. So yeah, he might have a regular chick. The CEO or the lawyer might have a regular chick because they not a playboy, my nigga.
okay?
Come
So
on,
who's
man.
okay? So let me ask you this: if the CEO is the one getting the regular chick, what chick's winning? The dime piece or the regular chick?
It depends, man. It depends on the setting.
If a woman marries a multi-billionaire because she's a regular old chick and the multi-billionaire don't want no daggone dime piece like that, who's winning?
Listen. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Now the CEO, he might be married to a five or a four, but you best believe his mistress is a dime, nigga. I
But that's where we're getting away from. You are totally correct. But the Playboy is the same thing. He got chicks on the side also, right? But actually, in the grand scheme of things, the regular chick is winning because she has access to those billions.
Now you got you like and I want to put this out there real quick. Like what you said is a fact. Cause most dudes that has the capability to juggle mad chicks, they might just settle for that regular, 5 or 6, because yeah, it doesn't come as much as headaches as a dime piece. I mean, because the dime piece is steadily getting, crazy traffic. So
Her
yeah,
head
he
blown
might
up and
do.
all that. Yeah,
Yeah, and like for example, my man I Am Legend, right? His chick proved that, she deserved a last name. So he might bag her. Now she might not. And I seen your girl. I seen your fiance. She fine, all right. So let me. I'm just using you for example. He he might got other things lined up physically than Shorty, but Shorty's more valuable because she's an actual asset, not a liability. And most
and
dudes, no,
that's my point.
they wife
That's
that up.
that's
You know
my
what I mean?
point. That's my point when it
Yeah.
comes to the Tierra. Like she might not be a Holly Berry, but she will be used as something that is more valuable than a Holly Berry. That's why I feel like she would be more successful in the long run, right? Because when you think about it, would you rather deal with a chick that's getting her head blown up all the time in Instagram, some other people DMing her saying she fine, she this, she that, or somebody ain't getting no traffic, ain't getting no, and then she just straight up loyal? Because women, that's the thing that drives
Yo,
women to
yo,
act the
hold
way
on.
they're
Let me
acting now.
interject. I'm gonna give you some pushback with that. Whether she a
But that
dime or she a -2, she getting crazy traffic online. That's
point
why a lot.
blank, yeah, point
Come
blank,
on,
and
bro.
that's what I'm saying. It
Hold on,
comes with
let
straight
me finish.
confidence, though.
That's why a lot of these chicks are delusional, right? Because they might be getting crazy traffic, online or whatever, but in real life, it's not. It doesn't respond to that on that same level.
But
They're not getting
Yeah,
that crazy
that's
attention
my
in
point. They
real
might be
yeah,
life.
getting the traffic, but it ain't the
Internet,
same traffic, bro. It ain't the same traffic. It ain't the same traffic, bro. Come on, man.
yeah.
You
No, because a lot
come
of these,
on, you
a
going
lot,
wild
yo,
with that
yo,
now.
yo,
That ain't the
yo, because I no, 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 because a lot of these chicks, bro, I've met a few chicks that be looking bad on Instagram, nigga, bad, and then you see them in prison, like, what the fuck, like, bitch, you're ugly, like, you know what I mean, like, I ain't even going, like, I'm driving
Yeah, they be
past you, like,
catfishing too. Yeah, yeah.
straight nigga, straight catfish, nigga, like extra large catfish. You see what I'm saying? Like you pick them up, they cute in the face, but they got a raspy ass voice. Hey, how are you? Like bitch, what the fuck that shit come from, bitch? You know what I mean? Some I don't know, man. I met some real okey doke females out there, man, in my past, bro. And I'm like, yo, for a while it took me a long time to find a wifey, bro. Like I was like, I can't trust females. Cause nigga, I used to be fucking shorties, and they used to tell me, yeah, my husband, he's at work, or yo, he went on a vacation. Can you come through? So me going through these situations, seeing females where the dude feels and knows that they female is 100% loyal, and they doing that, and that shit really fucked me up in the head, bro.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? For me seeing it in person, me doing it with her in her couch while she's talking to the dude on the phone. Like some fuck shit, bro. You know what I mean? I was like, damn. Like with my shorty nigga, I told her, I was like, man, you get 99% of my trust, but there's always 1% trust that you'll never get. You'll never get 100%.
I don't trust none of these
Maybe when I
hoes.
turn like 78, 80 years old and you 80 with me, I know you ain't doing nothing freaky at that point. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Yo, you there?
word up. Yeah, but like I said before, like whether she a dime piece or a -2, she gonna get, and she's online promoting herself, trying to sell the goods. Like she gonna get traffic. She gonna
Yeah,
get
and
crazy
I mean, yeah,
traffic.
come on, man. We're talking about two totally different things. You're talking about somebody online trying to put themselves out there like that compared to somebody that's in a relationship, right? You got females that are dime pieces that ain't putting themselves out there, just putting pictures up of their family, they married and all that stuff. They're not available, right? And they're still getting DMs, right?
Yeah,
Then you had the chicks that are doing the same thing that ain't no dime piece. They don't get that kind of traffic. I get what you're saying. There might be that one or two dude that might get in her DM, but nothing like the dime piece, bro. Nothing like the dime piece. Now, if the both chicks are selling ass, yeah, okay, yeah, they're gonna get a lot of traffic because they selling ass, and that's all they're there for, right? But when it comes to that situation of them not being available and not showing any interest, or putting themselves out there as showing interest, they're not getting the same traffic.
But it also
Ain't no
comes to the
dude gonna
man with
work hard.
confidence.
A dude ain't gonna work hard
Eh,
for a two.
Nah,
Ain't
not
Yeah,
at all.
hold on. Well, hold on. But we gotta factor in thirsty niggas. Thirsty niggas is gonna holler, even though she a two, right? That two is gonna she gonna generate about 50 niggas that just want to smash through a DM.
I
Now
think
that's a misinterpretation, thinking that she could find a suitable mate. But when
I
majority of
think
those dudes hitting her out, you know what I mean, just
we're
want to
just talking
smash.
about two totally different things because a thirsty dude is gonna thirst more for a 10 than he would a two. I'm talking about the chicks that on the
He
same
gonna
playing
highlight the
field,
two.
right?
Hold on. Let me just say this. He gonna highlight the two because the two is an easy target. You know what I mean, so he might
Mm-hmm.
just shoot a random DM to see if she'll bite that bait. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
All right, I mean, you got it. You got it.
But even with dating a bad female, right? Like a 10 or a 12, nigga, above the 10. If the dude got straight confidence, like how can I say it? Like like my boy says, that pimp shit. You know what I mean? That playalistic lingo, that whole vibrant shit, that whole frequency level that he operating on. Everything he doing from financially to his physical to his mental, everything is aligned. You know what I mean? Like a female, I've met females that would delete pictures off their Instagram, and the dude, and I didn't even have to tell them to do it. You know what I mean? They deleted all their shit because they didn't want to be visible to anybody. So what I'm saying is, right? It it really comes down to even the dude, because like for example, right? I never understood how a nigga could accept his female going to get breast implants and you been with it for 5 years. Like, bitch, I'm leaving you, bitch. I ain't pleasing you. I ain't making you feel good. And you want to go get breast implants while you with me? Nah, bro, I ain't doing it for you. Then you got to be out. Even though you're trying to do it to make yourself feel good and not for other people to see you, I just want to do it to look at myself in the mirror to feel good about myself. Nah, fuck that, nigga. And you with me and you still want to do it? Nah, you okie doke. You done at that point. You know what I mean? It's
yo,
like,
yo,
yeah,
keep going.
yeah, yeah, bro. You know, like little things like that, bro. It's like when you, I don't know, man. When you meet females like that, you just gotta let them be, bro. You gotta let them be for the streets. Like you can't hold on to females. You can't chase them. So like if you come across a shorty that really vibe with you, she follow your leadership, she follow your vibe. She's gonna do things that she knows what a man naturally wants, like without you even have to verbally say it. You know what I mean? Like I know my dude ain't gonna want another dude holler at me. So if this nigga hit me up, I'm like, fuck you, nigga, don't hit me up. I got a dude. She ain't gonna let it linger. She's not gonna leave it unnoticed. She's not gonna let the text stay there. She's gonna let the dude know, stop hitting me up. I got a dude. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? That's for a solid morality, mannerism type of dude. A dude who got his shit together, bro. Now, a okie doke nigga, a nigga who's staying in a roommate situation with his homeboys, a nigga who taking a bus or bumming rides or doing Uber. And I'm not saying people taking Uber, don't hit me off the head with that, but there's no leadership in that. You don't got nothing to provide to a shorty. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck she gonna follow you for when you still living at home with your fucking mom or going every like dog, like you know, it's just all those things, man. It leads up to a female really following you, bro.
Word up. And yo, I want to say this because you brought it up. And and I want you to expound on why is it a red flag that a chick will get a BBL and all these changes in their body to uh, you know bait a better option. You know what I mean? Because really, that's what it is, man. Like when a dude is enhancing a female like that, you prepping her up for the next nigga. You
Yeah,
upgrading her for the next nigga. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
My
And I want
my
you to
dad
explain
always
that.
my dad always taught me don't buy shorty shoes. She gonna walk away with them on you. You see what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Like like little things like that. I ain't gonna bag you up and freshen you up and have and make you like the fresh Dorito chip and another nigga gonna come through and eat you up. Fuck that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like But what I'm saying is, if I'm with you for 5, 6 years, and you're like, "Hey, babes, I'm thinking about getting breast implants. I'm not doing it for attention, but I just want to look in the mirror and look at myself and feel happy for myself." You know how they try to switch it up with the whole psychology. I want to do it for myself. Fuck out of here with that myself shit. Like, nah, bitch. You still want to be seen by other dudes somewhere along the line, even though
That's
you're
a
not in.
fact. That's a
Like,
fact.
you know what I mean? So for you to want to do that while being with me, number one, I'm doing something wrong from within myself to not show you that you're beautiful internally, externally, and all around.
Well, see,
So
that's
for
the
you to feel like that, I gotta bounce.
I got a little bit of pushback on that because I don't think it's the man's responsibility to make that woman feel like she's sexy to everybody else, right? So she's sexy to me, but
Right.
if she's trying to do something like that, she's trying to be sexy to somebody else. That's not my responsibility, right? Because you can go in there and tell a female every single day, I love your body, I love you, I love everything about you. But if she ain't getting that response on wherever it is that she wants to get that response, she gonna try to change it. So I
Mm.
don't think it's something that you're doing wrong as far as a man goes, because a man can do everything he can to make that woman feel good. But it's the other people that she's trying to impress.
I'm
That's
just saying she
that
ain't for me. That's all I'm saying.
right. Of
She
hell
ain't for
yeah.
me.
Hell
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like I'm out. You could be for Johnny and Eddie and Felicia and Philip and shit, but you ain't for Sean. You ain't for me. Fuck that. You know what I mean? I'm from Trinidad, man. I'm from the island. You know, my dad was a soldier. Like my, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't risen like that, man. I wasn't risen like to be a simp ass dude, or shorty taking advantage of me, or shorty trying to take advantage of me mentally. Like fuck that shit. You know what I mean? Like in this day and age, man. Like with females, I was even thinking about it when we were speaking about how in that girls in the club and stuff. Like back in the days when dudes used to be like, man, shorty used to be like, hey, when we chilling, when we gonna kick it, when we gonna vibe. Now it's dudes doing that to females. Hey, ma, when we gonna kick it, when we gonna vibe. I used to say to myself, like, bro, that shit changed. That shit had like a flip side. I remember back in the days, shorties always used to be hitting up the dudes. Now it's dudes hitting up the females. It's like the gender roles changed, bro. It's like all those little things have changed, which changed the females how they truly think now. It's slowly transitioned with that whole transformation, dog. And it's like we gotta gain that control back, bro. Like in the sense of like I don't know, man. I just feel like shit just changed. Like a lot of dudes are real pansy dudes, real feminine ass dudes these days.
Oh yeah.
Yo, that's a real thing that you're talking about, man. Like, yo, a lot of dudes that you know kind of feminine, man, and it's because of this new social construct we done adopt, man. You know what I mean? And like I know this is kind of off topic, but yo, like for example, man, like y'all know I'm big in like comic books and all that. So you know what I mean? I'm explain what I'm about to explain right now, right? This is character called Aqualad, right? From I think Teen Titans or whatever, right?
Yep. Yep.
Now I'm an adult. There was an episode that showed Aqualad kissing a dude. That I was just like, yo, it threw me off. I'm like, yo, I never knew Aqualad was got a
Right.
salad toss. You know what I mean? Now for a young child, not an infant, but a young child with a sound mind, seeing that, you don't think that's planting a seed in that kid's mind, man? Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of this is social engineering, man. You know what I mean? That's
Yo,
why a lot
straight
of these
up,
people are feminine. I mean,
straight up. Disney Plus. They have a cartoon called Strange World on it. You ever heard of Strange World? And they had a gay kid in it. And this gay kid was saying, "Yeah, he's a boy, and I like him a lot." And dog, they have this shit on Disney Plus. I had to change that shit for my son. He only 2, but I ain't trying to allow him to have that shit seeded into him from young, bro. And it's crazy, bro. This dark world, dog, is starting to really become out, bro. Like with the way that this satanic stuff is starting to come over us, bro. Like all that shit, satanic, demonic shit, bro. Like to be like programming kids like that. You know what I mean? And I think what they're trying to do for the future, I think they're trying to demasculine a lot of the kids coming up in this day and age So therefore they won't be as much leaders in the future. You know what I mean? Like they want to control the world. So they're trying to figure out a way
Right.
how to mentally change the men for the future, so therefore they could control it even longer versus people getting smarter than them and being, I don't know, bro. I don't know. You
Now, what
know?
you're saying is true. Um, I don't know if y'all understand the term of depopulation. You know what I mean, from the
Oh,
high
Right.
ups, but you know what I mean, you're right, man. If there's no leaders among civilization, it's going to be easy to take over after you done killed a large percent of the people and there's no leaders left. So yeah, that's going to be easier for them to take over to enslave people. Word up. I agree with you on that. Know what I mean? Yeah, man. I mean, yo, we living in dark times, man. A lot of this stuff, that's going on now. It used to be like it happens in a subtle way, but now it's just playing out in the open. There's no
I
hiding
mean,
no
it,
more.
it
It's,
it
it
doesn't
is
help
what
that
it is.
a lot of our boys are being raised by women either, though. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a huge issue when it comes to raising a boy, is that they're raised by their mother, right? So I mean, I think that along with the social aspect of it, I think all those play a part into making our men, our young men, into these soft men that's growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and I agree with you on that because if you read the stats, or even you take a criminology class, that'll let you know a lot of criminal acts derive from single motherhood. Know what I mean? Like it's in stats, in books, all of that. Know what I mean? And it's a real thing. And that's why it's very important to always have like a male leader type dude around your kids, man, because it's a perfect balance, man. Know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
That's definitely needed, man. You know? I'm legend, man. What's your thoughts on that, man? Talk to me, man.
Man, I'm talking about that. I'm looking at my little son trying to get my attention right now. Um, yeah, bro. Like with my kids, man, I'm not gonna allow them to be around anything like that. I'm really gonna limit my kids' um time on the computers, on their tablets, from YouTube to watching certain things. I'm really going to be filtering it out because, what I've learned within the first 5, 6 years of a kid's life, that's the most memory. I always remember that you really program a kid within the first 5, 6 years of their whole entire life. You know, after that, they start building up their own interpretations and their own personality and all that. But within the first 5, 6 years, you really gotta
Yo,
embed
yo, yo,
into
let me
them.
interject. Let me interject real quick. You are totally right, and that's why it's very important to link up with a righteous woman because, like, yo, if you impregnate a female that's righteous, yo, 9 times out of 10, yo, your kid is gonna grow up to be righteous, and this is why a role is very important because she's the one that's feeding information to that kid the first 5 years of his lifespan because she's around it a lot more than the father. Because the father, he gotta go make bread. Know what I mean? So you're gonna trust your female to raise your kids the right way, man. And I'm glad you brought that up, man. That's a good example. Know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And I got my second son coming in the world in November, December, Armani. So I'm gonna have two sons running this
Congratulations,
world.
bro.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Bounce back with a full comeback. I just purchased my first house in Orlando. I'm moving out next month into my first house, a 4-2. You know, so I'm just really trying to level up, man. After that stroke, man, I ain't letting nothing take me out this world, man. Like, I was really gone, bro. The doctor said I should have been gone. He was like, Sean, he was like, I'm real shot. He was like, I can't speak religious stuff inside this hospital. Like, I can't say that someone from up above is looking out for you. It was like, cause you should have been gone, bro. He was like, yo, he was like, you were literally gone. And he was like, they did the deep clog. They cut the clog out of the deep left side of my brain. You know how they did it, bro? They did it by putting something through my veins,
Mm.
and they went through my veins and it went into my brain and they cut it from inside my veins, the clog. I'm like, yo, that's amazing technology. They didn't cut my brain open, nothing. They didn't cut open my head. It was all through my veins. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. And
Yo, hold on, wait a minute. It's what you're describing is nanotech technology, man.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's like some. That's
yeah,
crazy, man. I didn't know they had something like that.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah, bro.
yo.
Some amazing stuff, man. And that doctor that I had, he was from the Middle East, man. And they even had me do a commercial for the hospital. They said I was one amazing story. I won a award, like a memorial, like a stroke award, like for like surviving and stuff. He was like, Sean, you're really amazing, bro. He was like, as soon as you cut the plug out, instantly you was able to talk and move again. He was like, bro, he was like, that stroke you had was real serious. He was like, I was so amazed at seeing you move and talk immediately. He's like, as soon as he cut the plug out, I was able to move and talk. He was like, I was straight paralyzed on my right side, you know? And I'm just blessed, dog, to be here, man. That's why I became a member of a church. I was never big into churches. I still got questions for God all day. You know what I mean? That's a conversation I really want to have another podcast on, is on God and speaking on like who is God, and like I got some questions for God too, bro. Like I believe in him, but I still got questions, bro. Like I can speak on so many different things, bro. Like you know, I got an open mind, bro. But I think we should definitely do this a lot more, bro. I like this podcast stuff, man. It's just this stuff is lit, you know, to really open up and vent. You know what I mean?
Word. But yo, I didn't know you had a stroke though, man. Like, thank God that you survived it, man. And
Right.
yeah, man. I would
Right.
have, yeah, I mean, kept company, man. Hitting you up, make sure you was good. Yeah, I mean, this is not something you told everybody, bro. I'm just finding
Nah,
out. Yeah, I mean,
like in this world, man, when you tell certain people things like that, bro, they wish bad on you even more, you know. So you got to keep certain
Right.
things to yourself because now I understand why females be like, yo, don't tell anybody we're having a kid till they hit 6, 7 months, because people will have internal thoughts on you or on your situation, and they may not say it to you verbally, but just them thinking of it could transfer onto you through frequency levels, like it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
words, dog, like even like words, right? Words are like spells. Now that's why you hear him say spelling bee. Like words are spells, bro. Like even with names have a heavy contribution to a kid's future. You know, like, and I don't mean to be racist. I'm not racist. Now you see my color, but naming my kid Tyrell, I know he's gonna have a hard time in the future, bro. You see what I'm saying? I named my son Legend, and I named my other son Amarni. Amarni. You see what I'm saying? Like names carry weight to them. My name is Sean. You know how many white people? You know how many white people I spoke to on? I do sales over the phone. I had this one white dude. I worked at Kaplan University, and this dude was like, "Man, thank God I don't have a black person enrolling me in school." And he didn't even know I was black because of my name, Sean. I needed him for the sale. You feel me? But I was like, "No problem,
word.
sir. Let's go on. Let's speak on the
But yo,
college." Know?
what you're talking about is metaphysics, man. Like what you think, you know what I mean, and what you speak out there, you know what I mean, it it releases that certain type of energy on an individual. So I can respect why you didn't tell me. You know what I mean?
No, I didn't.
It
I didn't
makes
really
sense. I
even.
mean,
I didn't even put it out. I didn't even put it on Facebook and nothing really. My mom and my girl was talking about it, and my brothers and all them. But it wasn't. I wasn't trying to make it big like that. Like that. That's yeah, bro. Man. I don't even want to think about that shit. I was taking a shower, bro. I was taking a shower at 8:30 in the morning. And the crazy thing about I remember the whole stroke. I remember the whole entire thing, bro. I didn't feel no pain, no nothing. And something that's so deadly, I didn't feel not one pain while I was going through it. Because I was taking a shower, and I'm laying down in the tub, letting the rain hit me and letting the water hit me and stuff. And for some reason, I started feeling like restricted, like where I couldn't move, but I didn't know I couldn't move in a sense. I didn't know I was paralyzed at that moment. You know what I mean? Because I'm going through it at that time. You know what I mean? And about 4 hours later, bro, something told me, Sean, just stand up, get up. And something just told me to stand up, and I stood up, even though I felt paralyzed. But my will was there. My will, my will is what had me stand up, and I stood up, and I fumbled, and I grabbed onto the towel rack, and I broke it off the wall. And I'm like, whoa! I was like, I'm saying to myself, how did I break the shit off the? I have no balance. What the heck? I work from home for Comcast, so I walk over to my computer desk and I see it's 12:30 p.m. I jumped out, and I remember I was like, "Yo, I jumped in the shower at 8:30 a.m. How is it 12:30 p.m.?" I was like, it was 4 hours. I was in the shower going through a stroke. As soon yo, and the only thing that was processing my brain is how Comcast had me programmed, bro. Log in for work, 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 work. You don't want to get points for not logging in or get dinged for not logging in, get fired for not logging in to work, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that was the first thing on my whole brain while I was going through the stroke. Log in for work, log in for work. And I logged into work, and as soon as I logged in, I fell straight in the floor in the fetal position. And I was on the floor for like a whole hour, bro. And then my girl came home. She wasn't even supposed to come home at 1 p.m. She was supposed to go out to have lunch with her family and with her friends from work, because it was December 30th of 2021. That is right before the new year. You know what I mean? And she came home, bro, and she saw me on the floor. She lifted me up. She was like, I was weak on the right side, and she was like, yo, you could not move. She was like, I couldn't talk. I was saying yo 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 yo, and I was like repeating words, and I was like, damn, that's crazy, bro. And I remember going through it, bro. I felt no pain, bro. And then the doctor said I had no brain flow going through my whole brain. Like, it was like there was no brain flow going through my whole entire brain. It was completely dead. Like there was no brain flow from the block that was there. And I'm like,
Wow.
bro, he was like, I'm blessed, bro. And then he was like, there's a high possibility of me having a second stroke. So he was like, you got to be real on top of your cholesterol. Now look at me, bro. Now look at me, bro. I'm skinny, bro. I used to be like cholesterol, nigga. I'm 140, nigga. What do you mean cholesterol, nigga? But me not being smart, thinking about cholesterol and different diabetes. I used to think only diabetes could be for fat people. Nah, nigga, young skinny niggas could get diabetes too. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, bro. I guess it was the food I was eating because I had elevated cholesterol, is what they said.
Hmm. That's
You know,
crazy, man.
or they say I may have
I'm
a
glad you're still
PFO, a
here
hole in
though,
my
bro.
heart. Yeah, facts. But
Real.
yeah, I'm done with that, man. I appreciate you.
Yo, likewise. Word. I'm glad you're here, man. You know what I mean? Now your testimony can help others. You know what I mean? Seek the Most High face, man. You know what I mean? And
That's
speaking
it,
of the
man.
Most High, man, yo, Diesel TV, man, are you a religious type dude? Do you even believe in a
I
higher
grew
power?
I grew up in the church, so I believe in God. I trust in God, and He leads me in all direction. But I don't attend church that often because of the hypocrisy that goes on in churches. So yeah,
The thing with the Bible, right? And just real quick, and then we could jump off it. 'Cause I know it's supposed to be no Bible stuff on this podcast right now, but with the Bible, right? That's my only thing. I'm a Christian, bro. I go to Christian church,
there's so many contradictions in the Bible, bro.
Yeah,
It's just it
bro.
is what it is.
That's what I'm saying. There's so
Uh,
many people rewritten it, so many different stories, and it's like, bro, I don't want to
Hold
study
on, wait a
something
minute, wait a minute.
and
Hold a minute. Okay, well, because y'all on the same wavelength. I'm trying to figure out what
yeah.
y'all mean. So are you saying you don't fully believe within the Holy Scriptures? Like,
No, 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 no. We do. I do, but follow me. It's been rewritten so many times. It's been rewritten so many times, and it's like I don't want to study something, and then when I die, I find out, hey, son, you were studying the wrong thing. Like it's like so it's like I'd rather become a sponge to certain things, like take stuff from Muslim, take stuff from Christian, Catholic. But it's like, damn, what to really believe, what to really filter. It's like,
here's the thing, right? Now, and guys, I'm not trying to preach to y'all, but from what I've been, for about like 38 years of living, right? When it comes to this religion thing, one thing I do understand is when you're praying, you're supposed to do that with the ruach, and when you're reading scriptures, you got to do that with the ruach too, so you can get the right interpretation of it. Know what I mean, so I just wanted to say that real quick. You heard?
I got so much pushback, but we're not even gonna go there. We're not even gonna
Man,
go
go
there.
ahead, man. Yo, man, like,
Nah, religion is one of those things. I mean, like I said, I've been preached to almost my whole life as a child. Right, I grew up in church. We was going to church 3 days a week. Right, I mean 3 times a week: Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night. You know what I'm saying? We had church for years. I did that, so I can quote the Bible, I can quote the books and all that stuff. It's just as I got older, and I would catch pastors or youth pastors, you know, in the profession that I am in law enforcement, I would catch them buying some girl on the side of the street, or, you know, all kinds of scandals that I've been involved in when it comes to people in the church, things of that sort.
Yo, Diesel, man,
And
you
then when
can't
you
let that.
no, I don't let it take my faith.
Okay.
I don't let it take my faith. It takes my faith from Christians. It doesn't take my faith from Christianity, right? So just that, and then reading what some of the things are in the Bible that are contradictions to me, I feel like
Yo, give me an
I am
example.
legend.
I'm trying to feel what you're talking about.
No,
So give
because
me
we're
an
gonna get in this
example.
whole debate, and I'm not trying to
No,
go
no, no,
there,
no.
bro. I am really
Man,
not
come
trying
on.
to go there. I'm really
All
not trying to go there. You know what I'm
right.
saying? For anybody to come to me and say there's no contradictions in the Bible, you have blind faith in a man-made book, right? In a man-made book, a man wrote those words. Now I know there are some scriptures in there that are straight from God, straight from Jesus. I understand that and I believe in that. But when it comes to a man who is not perfect, who is writing something, and for somebody to say it is perfect, that is a contradiction all alone, right? So that's those are some of the things I have a
Let me
problem
just say this. When it comes to, you know, man writing scriptures, like right now, that certain information, it is said that it is inspired through Yah's divine spirit. Know what I mean? It wasn't man himself that wrote it. It was inspired through Yah's divine
with.
spirit.
So
That's
why
all I
is
just want to
King
say.
James
You know
different
what I
from?
mean?
Okay, all right.
Go ahead, man.
Now you just got so many different versions of the Bible.
Exactly.
If
I
that was
mean,
the case, why is there not one version of the Bible? There might be an interpretation, but there are different versions that people
well,
just. King James version is one of the most popular versions out there, right?
mhm.
But why is it a version if it was written through the Spirit? Why is it a version of what the Bible is? Because a version
You
because
is
know, you
because
know
when it
what one person told me about Jesus?
I,
If Jesus, they was like, if Jesus was here, why didn't he write part of the Bible? I was like, yo, that's crazy. I heard that. I was like, yo, I thought about it. I'm like, yo, that's real. How come there isn't like a? I was like, yo, that's crazy, right?
well,
When you think about it,
hold on, hold
put
on.
some thought to that. If the Bible, why didn't Jesus write a part of the Bible if he was here?
Here's the thing, man. Like,
Ah,
nah, I mean, yo, see, and it goes back to what the good book be saying. You can't rely on your own understanding, man. You know what I mean? But I just want to put that. You know what I mean? Yo,
hold on. You said the Bible
I,
says lean not to thy own understanding, but who's supposed to interpret it, and what understanding are you supposed to lean on?
Y'all's divine spirit, man. That's what I'm saying, man. You can't
Yeah,
move without.
but you have
That's
to
a
interpret the
component.
Bible. You have to
Listen,
interpret the Bible from what it's telling you, correct? See, this is what I did not want to get into.
nah, you having it all wrong. Like, you know what? I'm gonna use Daniel for a perfect example. This, I didn't plan for to be even be talking about this, but all right, y'all know who Daniel is, right? The dude that got through in the lion's den or whatever.
Yeah,
All right, he was politicking with the king, right? Because the first spot he was at, like I think like two other kings took over the John, took over that kingdom. But one of the kings, right? They had dream. They had he had dreams, and there was a writing on the wall, right? Daniel was able to interpretate these messages because he had the divine spirit in him. That's why he was able to interpretate the dreams and the writing on the wall. That's the same thing with the whole scriptures, man. You gotta have the ruach in order for you to be able to understand what was written on there. Now, I mean, now I ain't trying to shove this down. That's just my perspective on it, man. You know what I mean?
I mean that used to be my perspective. It used to be my perspective. What was written in the Bible is word, right? And I've just, like I said, I've just seen so many contradictions when it comes to the Bible, man. I feel like it was another one of those his story kind of things that people, there are a lot of truths, and I think there are a lot of things that people just put in there because they believe this is how it was, right? And so that's why I am where I am when it comes to the Bible. It
Yeah.
for one of the main things I have a hard time with is why did why does the Bible man, I don't want to go into this, man.
Come on, let me hear that. I want to hear now.
Nah,
Nah,
keep
come
going,
on,
Diesel,
son.
man. Come on, man.
So
Don't talk,
so
man.
so marriage in the Bible is one of those things that is a divine thing that you hold at a regard, right? Um, and one of your vows, part of your vows
Yo,
is
keep going. I gotta take a leak real quick.
all right. One of the vows is being faithful, you know, to your wife in all regards and all that stuff. But why did God make sex so good? Why did He make it so hard? Right? Why is it our natural instinct to do these things, but then we got to go try our hardest not to do what's naturally
Not to do them.
in us to do it? That is, I mean,
Yeah.
that's one of the things I have a hard time. It's not even just me. It's all men. And then there's some women out there that are the same way, right? You have men that are preaching this word in the Bible that's having a hard time following it.
Yeah. Straight
You know what
up.
I'm saying? I just don't get that. It's just a lot of things that I don't get. For somebody to be able to repent after they didn't kill 15 people and now all of a sudden they're in heaven, but I haven't done anything and I just don't know to repent and I don't go to heaven.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me on some of the things that happen in the Bible, right? I understand full forgiveness and you know and all that, but for the way I've lived my life, an upstanding person, I've been upfront with people, I've been told them the truth. I've never, well, I'm not gonna say I've never lied, but how I'm living it now is I try to be a straight up front with a person and let them know what the deal is from the start, right? And for somebody to say that they know they're about to die within the next minute and they repent and they believe they repent and they get a front door ticket to heaven and I don't, if
While
I
we,
don't,
while
I
you've
don't
been working your whole life.
right. I don't believe God is that type of
Forgiven.
God to say that I know He is my Lord and Savior, right? But just because I didn't repent, I don't go to heaven.
Uh, Wait a minute. So you, all right, all right. So you're saying that um you shouldn't have to repent in order to make it to the pearly gates?
No, what he's saying is
No,
like, for example, he killed, let's say someone killed 20 people, you know what I mean? And let's say he's been following the codes and doing everything at God's will and everything. And that guy who killed the 20 people wants to repent. It's like he gets front door into heaven while we still get judged. And even though we still going to heaven, but it's like, man, we've been working our whole lives doing everything good. And this guy killed 20 people
trying
right
to do
before he
everything. I'm not saying we're
dies.
doing everything
Yeah,
right. We're trying to do everything, live our life
right.
how the Bible says we're supposed to live our life, right? Somebody that lives their life how the Bible, and they might have a few slip ups, right? And they might not have repented for some of those slip ups. But you get somebody that has done all this devious stuff their whole life. They know they're about to die and they repent and they're supposed to go to heaven just like that. I'm not, that doesn't sit right with me.
Well, it's like this,
And
right? And this happened. Hold on, let me just use this for the example. People within within the world we live in, right, and especially in America, right? People are people have. There's some people that's going to have more access than another uh, group of people. Know what I mean? And the reason why um, that happens is because it's based on relationship. Like if I'm cool, okay. Say for instance, I own a company, right? And Diesel applies for my company to do whatever, and I am led to come holler at me, right? And he applies for the same position to Diesel, it's 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna look up for I Am Legend, not because of
You ain't
what
God,
he.
bro.
Hold on. Let me finish. Not because of on his credentials or accolades he has achieved. I'm putting him on because that's my man. We got a relationship, and it's kind of the same thing with the Most High, man. It's based on your
Yeah, but
relationship with
a
him, man.
relationship with you is different from a relationship with God, bro. Like that's the thing. You you
It's
you are
just an
telling
example. It's just an
right, and
example.
I get that. I'm done. Yeah, totally, I get that. But a person does not have to go to church for them to be a good Christian,
Straight up.
right?
Yeah.
There are certain
Yeah.
things that you have to do to become a Christian, right? Would accept
But
Jesus as Lord and Savior.
let me interject real quick. And in the good book, it says the
Bring all each
laws.
other into the yep.
I know. Let
Bring
me
up.
finish. Let
Okay,
me
go ahead. I'm
finish.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yo,
I'm sorry.
yo,
That's why
the
I don't like
laws
talking
are
about this
written in
shit,
our
man.
heart, right?
But I fuck with
It's written
Diesel
in our
though.
heart, right? And the way you show that you love the Most High is hold on to His commandments, man. Real simple. Don't you know what I mean? So yeah, there is a prerequisite to move. You know what I mean? To gain that relationship with the Most High, man. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's based on your relationship, man. You
but I
can't
don't think
just
that
use
was
him
my
as a
point.
genie, man. You gotta talk to him.
No,
That's
no,
how
but
it
I fuck. No, but listen. I fuck with Diesel on what he's saying. Cause my dad, but he died like 12 years ago, like 13 years ago, right? You met my dad, I think, years ago when we lived in the Jeffersons, but he died from a mosquito bite, you know, in Trinidad, dengue fever, malaria, right? And my dad, before he died, my dad was real. He wasn't going to church. My mom was Catholic. My dad was Christian. My dad never went to church, never. But every Sunday, he'll go around the house with holy water, and he'll bless every corner of the house in the name of the Father, the Holy Spirit, and the blood of Jesus. He'll say like a few words, and he'll bless every corner, bro. Even on my face, I'll be sleeping, and he'll throw holy water on my face while I'm sleeping. My dad never went to church, but he understood the whole Bible. He understands everything. He always prayed. He always blessed the house. And he always blessed the family with his words. But my dad never went to church. But he did have his own connection, like how Diesel is saying, from not having to go to church, he had his own personal connection from within his own home. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta make your home your church, in a sense. You know, like forget like for real, bro. Like I be going to church every Sunday. I went to church for 2 hours today. I go to church every Sunday, bro. There's not one day I've missed, bro. Every Sunday I'm there, bro. And my girl, she listens to the pastor. And I said, Ma, I heard him, but he's not touching me. It's like I don't even feel like coming here. He's not touching me. I love coming to church because it shows my efforts to God that I'm putting the efforts to wake up, to get my stuff ironed, to go to church. The effort for me doing it is showing, you know what I mean? Showing God even more of my efforts, like in a sense, to show him that I am committed in a sense to him in a sense. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I don't really feel the pastor, bro. I even
Let
question the
me let me
pastor.
let me just say
Man,
this, man. Yeah, let me just say this. Salvation is not something you can work for, man. It's based on your relationship with the Most High, man. It's how you vibe with Him, man. Know what I mean? Now I understand where y'all coming from, but sometimes, sometimes to have a clear understanding of certain things, you gotta have that divine revelation moment, man. You know what I'm saying? And yo, maybe I will get yours, you know what I mean, soon. You know what I mean?
I've already
But
had mine.
all right then, you know what I mean? So, like, yo, man, hey, I'm
But see,
just
this is hold on, Rush. But this is what
yeah.
this is the thing that I don't like about talking about religion. Because just because I'm not agreeing with you, you've already went to I haven't had my divine intervention or my divine. How do you know I haven't? This is probably the reason why I am talking the way I'm talking. Nobody, and I'm not. Hold on. Just hear me out. Just hear me out.
Uh,
Nobody knows the truth. Like nobody knows definitely the truth. I could have had mine. I feel very comfortable with my relationship with God. I talk to him every day, right? But that doesn't mean that because I don't agree with some of the things that's written in the Bible and what the church says that I haven't had that, right? That's what I had. That's the biggest problem I have with Christianity. We are so quick to judge. You know what I'm saying? Your judgment should not be I haven't had that, or maybe y'all haven't had that yet, or anything like that. It should be, I hope your walk with God is one that you will gain from and you will end up in heaven. That's that. I never understood that. I have never understood that when it comes to Christianity.
Yo, one, I'm sorry. I did not mean to judge you. Don't hate me, please. But I just misinterpreted what you was telling me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, by you saying that you don't agree with everything in the scriptures, I shouldn't make that assumption that you didn't have your divine revelation moment with the Most High. My bad.
Right.
My bad. It was just a misinterpretation. Now, I mean, don't hate me, man, please.
No, we good. No, bro. Listen.
Okay,
Hey,
okay,
listen.
okay. Okay.
Listen, I don't take anything personal, bro. We good, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all family here. Hey, listen, I love YouTube. I love being on YouTube. It is what it is, man.
Word up, word up.
Let's go
And
to
By
something
like,
else
me,
though.
my
oh,
yeah,
okay.
just to say my divine intervention. I guess that you could say was me being saved from the stroke, but that's me thinking that like I didn't have a dream or God speaking to me saying, "Son, I'm here for you." I never had like that 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 bone shivering like experience. Like, oh shoot, I just felt that. I haven't had that, and that's what I'm waiting for. I've been asking God, please show
And see,
something to me.
this.
You
One more
know?
thing before we move on. One more thing before we move on. For a person that has never had any interaction or any interest in God whatsoever, and I'm not saying this is what you had, I Am Legend. I'm just using you as an example. Let's say he never had any interaction. I know he did because his father, you know what I'm saying, did all his stuff and all that stuff. But let's say somebody never had any interaction with God whatsoever. They become a grown person and they have something life-changing like a stroke to bring them to God. I feel like that person has just as much access to heaven that I do. Right? Because they had that revelation, because they're bringing themselves to God, because they're allowing themselves to open up to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? They might not have the knowledge to go further and do all the things that people like me that grew up in church know to do, accept God as your Lord and Savior, and all the stuff that you have to do, repent and all that stuff. They might not have that knowledge, but just the fact that they're opening themselves to that after having that life-changing situation, I think they have the same access to heaven that I do. And a lot of people don't believe that because it's a judgment. You're judging what they're at, where they're at, when they're telling you, yes, I believe in him, something saved me, and I believe it was God, right? Because you're not saying it's the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I repented and all this stuff, then they're not on the same level as you, and I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Do you believe Jesus died on the cross?
I do. You know what I mean? And the reason why I do is because when it comes to this thing called life, there's a price for everything for that. So somebody had to pay for it, man.
I
And it was a
believe God
sacrificial lamb.
I believe Jesus paid for our sins.
Yo, I
Can we
didn't catch
move
that.
on,
Yo.
please, sir?
All right, we'll move on, man. We'll move on, man. Yo, my this to be the last. This to be the last question for us, and we'll kill this live after this. All right. So you know what, man? What's y'all last thoughts, man? I'm about to kill it now.
Oh, you killing it.
I like because it's the conversation we just had doesn't match up with the rest of the questions I got. You know what I mean? So it's like it kind of like I don't have that same drive to talk about what we talked about earlier after this, man.
I got you.
And I'm keeping it stacked with you. But
I
yo,
messed it all up and bring that up.
what's your final thoughts on this, man? Talk to me, man.
On the whole marriage and paying alimony, females paying alimony now.
Yeah,
I think it's something that they voted for. I think that's something that they fought for a long time, and now it's coming to bite them in the ass. Thank God, and I hope it continues. Hope it
Yeah,
continues.
straight up. And I go with this said, man, equal everything, man. Like, you know what I mean? Straight up. Straight up. I read up on it low key, you know what I mean? I didn't really get into it too much, but I definitely think like what he said, man, it all comes back, you know what I mean? Everything is like a boomerang. It comes back, you know, full circle. But people just need to watch how they move, you know what I mean? More in detail of um their wrongdoings and all that. Like I think if someone fucks up in a relationship, they should pay their debt if they messed up. You know what I'm saying? If they messed up, they should pay their debt.
Word up. I feel the same way, and it would take a large percentage of women paying alimony for these laws to change. I don't think the laws will ever change. I think uh, for the newcomers, the young bucks, the young pups that's coming up, they got to be more vigilant when they dealing with these females because you know you, it's a life or death situation, man. Like you
People kill
impregnate,
themselves over stress
you
like
married
this.
the wrong female. There's a harsh repercussions that come with it. With that, when you make that mistake, linking up with the wrong chick, you know what I mean? And that's
I
my
think
final
it's going to
thoughts
come
on
to a
that.
head where females are going to have to realize they got to stop trying to move like men, right?
Straight
I
up.
think I think that's what it's going to have to come to is like they're really going to have to come to a realization. This is why men act the way they act when it comes to marriage, because
Yeah,
when things don't go right, you can just go ahead and say you're not happy anymore, and all of a sudden you're
And you
paying
out.
$30,000 in alimony.
Yep.
yeah, I agree. And another thing that's not um passed on to females that marriage is a duty, my nigga. Like it's not supposed to make you happy all the time, man. Like it's a duty
It's a
to be with that
contract,
chick. See, dudes have a better understanding of that because they take full responsibility for everything. You know what I mean?
right?
So, and
Right.
that's, I mean, but that's my final thoughts on that, man. Thank you guys so much for coming true. Honestly, man, this live was dope, man. This live was dope.
I had a good
And
time, bro.
yeah, go ahead, Diesel, go ahead.
I had a good time, bro. For real, seriously.
Word, word out,
Yeah,
word
we
out.
gotta do this. We gotta do this more, bro, because I seem like we're all enlightened with wisdom, bro. So I think we should definitely collab a little bit more, bro. I'm definitely down to do this, bro.
Word out, man. Thank you guys so much, man. Definitely gonna keep in touch. Diesel, the next live, you better be here.
Hey, send me
No,
an
I'm kidding,
invite.
I'm
I'm
kidding.
here, bro. I'm here.
Word out, word out. I'm gonna hit you up for the next one.
All
All
right.
right, man. Yo, this show is actually officially over, y'all. Seek wisdom, practice humility, and always remain sucker free. You heard? I'm out.
All
One.
right, easy.